Hey guys, Cheddar here. I was going to do a video today on a couple of different things. Saw something down the beach a little ways. It's a really good first day tame, and it's super easy to tame. Also, I was going to do a little video on how to get started gardening in a pretty special animal that helps you get started gardening. But anyway, let's get on with it. So I was walking down here, and I happened to see a Moschops. Moschops is that little puppy dog looking thing that this guy right here. And they're really useful, really easy to tame. And this guy wanted Majo berry when I saw him. Now he wants cooked prime meat. Well, that's going to be a problem. Maybe there's another one down here. I know there's a couple more up on the hill where we're going. Nope. Guess I waited too long to get to that guy. Well, anyway, maybe we won't do the Moschops today. But these guys can be incredibly useful early tame. Maybe I'll do the other thing first, and then we'll come back and see if this guy's changed his mind on what he wants to eat. So we started the same location that we always start at. I guess I can go over here and get my GPS coordinates out. This is Easy South Zone 1. And it's going to be 78.7, 37.2, or around about somewhere close to there. So let's get started. We'll see what we can get into up here. I had to kill everything on this mountain up here 3 or 4 times to get these things to spawn, but they do generally spawn up here. I don't know why I was having such a problem getting them up here, but now there's 2 up there that spawned up there, so we've got our pick. And these guys, I'm taming them with a I'm taming right now with an ARK arrow and a bola and a stone bow. They can be tamed with a club, or you can tame them with a slingshot. Slingshot does quite a bit of damage. It's probably better if it's not too high level, to claim it with either a narc arrow or a club. I know you can't unlock narc arrow until like level 21 or something, but as long as you can get them to stand in the bolas long enough, you should be good with a club. I think I've tamed them with a club before. And we'll see. There are 2 of them like right over here. These things generally spawn. There he is right there. He's a Phioma. And these guys usually, this is a level 30. These guys usually spawn close to the swamp or in the swamp. It's pretty dangerous early game to go into the swamp, but this hill right here is usually a pretty good source of them. See what the level is on that other one that we found. There's another one right there. What level is he? He's a 95. I think we're going to attempt to get the 95 and see what happens. I don't know. He may not stay in the bowl long enough. He may end up losing him. But we're going to try it anyway. got him. And these guys tame up on major berries really easy. Let me get something to eat real quick. No, so this thing will shut up. You usually don't have to use narcotics on them. You can just use majo berries and narco berries if the torpor starts to go down. And the saddle is really easy. I think you unlock the saddle at level 6, so super easy tame to get. See what we got. We got 20, 31. It's coming up fast. And these guys' special ability is actually really cool. So let's take him over here. We've got a little base that we used to tame Rhinognathias at. Over here, I've already taken down the trap. We didn't really need it. I think we're all fixing to go to Ascended and kind of move off Survival Evolved. And I am playing on Survival Evolved right now. We just kind of played around with the idea of going to Ascended. So I'm gonna go ahead and make up a saddle for this guy too. I've got gone ahead and got these compost bins put up just so we can start making fertilizer. I've got the crop plots out. I've already got them irrigated, and I've got some fertilizer in here that I had laying around. But we'll go ahead and get a saddle started on this guy. Let's see what the saddle costs on this thing. I know they're really cheap. Looks like 15 fiber, 20 hide, and 5 wood. That'll let us move him around a little better. Stick all this stuff back in here. Get the saddle on him. Then I think I've got some majo berries stored in here for his food, and some stem berries in here for keep him fed. And with the majo berries, and his special ability works off these stem berries. And I've got all the seeds that I'm going to be putting in these crop plots, and there's a reason I'm using these particular seeds. Later on, these vegetables, they're a lot of your herbivore tames, they tame better on the vegetables than they do on just the berries that you pick. Later on, you'll get into kibble and stuff like that, and you'll be using these vegetables to make a lot of that stuff. So we want to go ahead and get that started early, so when it comes time, we'll actually have those vegetables already pre-made and in a bin somewhere. So anyway, here's this guy's special ability. It's kind of funny. You'll have to watch his food because it goes down quite a bit. Now we'll pick all this up, and that's what we use to fill up our crop plots. So in these medium-sized crop plots is where we want to put our vegetables. Guess I need to get my vegetables first, don't I? And that's going to be savo root, rock carrot, long grass, and citronelle. And then our other two small crop plots, we're going to do stem berries. We'll use those for our Phioma, and then narco berries because we're going to use those to make narcotics. So go ahead and get one in here. And then we'll get one in here. And then we'll get and then we're just going to fill these up with poop, basically. Have to use him again real quick. Okay, where were we? That one's glitching off the water thing. No more room. Okay, and then I'm gonna pause there, and we'll come back when we've got some stuff going. Okay, guys, I'm back. So I put up a preserving bin, and it's been about an hour and a half real time, and so our vegetables are growing, and we've actually got some in our crop plots. So what we're gonna do is, I think these things stack at 100 normal rates. I mean, you can adjust your rates if you want to, however you want your rates to be. But so there's our citronelle, which is lemon, and you'll hear it called lemon every once in a while. And corn. This is corn. This is actually called long grass on here. This is carrots. It's called rock carrot. I swear for the first 2 or 3 years I called it rock-a-root. But and potatoes, which is savo root, and then we should have some narco berries and a few stem berries. And these things expire rapidly, so if you have a preserving bin, you can throw them in there, and that slows it down a little bit. Let's see, like right now, I can't even see. Hang on. Looks like an hour and 35 minutes in the preserving bin. If I put it on me, 9 minutes and 27 seconds. So once they stack, if they're stacking at 100, that gives you a little more time. Also, on this over here, I was going to show you these produce fertilizer. Now, these things here, when you use just the feces, it expires really quick. So you'll want when it starts expiring, you'll want these things going. It takes, I think, 2 medium feces and 50 thatch to make 1 fertilizer. So you want to get a couple of these things rolling, and once you get them going, as this feces starts to deplete, this sounds so funny, but as the feces starts to deplete, then you'll start adding in your fertilizer, because the fertilizer lasts a lot longer than the poop does. So there's that. And that's pretty much what this guy's for. That's what he does. I mean, he's excellent at it. I mean, it it helps out a lot to get you started. I would say I wouldn't even worry about this garden until probably level 20, 21, something like that. I mean, just whenever you want to start making, when you start figuring out how to make kibble and stuff like that, you know, you're going to have to get some, there's prime meat that goes in there, prime fish that goes in there. There's a bunch of different things when it comes to making kibble. So, now I think I'm going to go on to part 2 of this. I think I actually do want to see if we can find a Moschops and tame a Moschops, because I actually want to show you. This guy's another really good tame, and like I said, you can tame him from day one. No saddle required. He's got some special abilities also. He harvests certain things at a lot higher rate that you can decide what those things are. I mean, there's basically a wheel in there that allows you to set them up to where they'll harvest organic polymer at a higher rate, or they'll harvest leech blood at a higher rate, or you know, different things. So let's see what this guy wants. And I usually don't worry about the level on these guys. What did it say? I can't read it. Cooked prime meat. Yeah, the same thing, that one down there. We'll go look for some more. I'm probably going to, if I don't see one really quick, I'm probably going to pause and then kind of run around down here and see what we can find. And if I find one that we can tame, then I'll bring you back to the taming, and then I'll show you some of the stuff that they can do. They're a really good gatherer for early game. I mean, they're not a mammoth or, you know, not even a trike, but they're a pretty good tame early game for gathering. You don't have to get out there and literally punch a tree or whatever. They can go out there and get berries for you and all kinds of other stuff. So, but anyway, I think I'm gonna pause this right here, and then I'm gonna go down there and see if we can actually find a Moschops that we can do with either a Tinto berry or a Majo berry or something like that. But I'll be right back. Got 5 Tinto berries, so we're gonna put this in our last slot. Most people call it the 0 slot. And we're gonna go over here. And he's ours. The cool thing about these guys, now he's not following, is you can ride them without a saddle. You just get right on them and take off. So if you can find one that wants Majo berry or Tinto berry or whatever, something easy, and then they harvest. And they harvest pretty well. See, he's almost overweight right now. So let's see what he got. He got some wood, 19 wood, looks like 123 berries, a ton of thatch, some seed, well, not a ton of thatch, got a ton of fiber, and a little bit of thatch. And so on these guys, what I generally try to put in there is weight, because early game you're going to be using them to harvest, and you want them to have as much weight as they can, as you can get on them. Another thing about these guys is if you have them in your camp, they're not going to defend you or defend your base. If something comes in and starts attacking, they're going to run. You can use them to harvest. If you use them to harvest, you'll have to kill whatever you're using, whatever you're wanting to harvest, and then just run over there and eat it after it's dead, and then it'll harvest. These guys have another feature that you'll have after you start leveling this thing up. You'll see it has view harvesting levels 2 available. So we've got organic polymer, leech blood, rare mushrooms, rare flowers, raw prime fish meat, raw prime meat, and so I've got, like, every time you level up, you'll get 1. So it'll go up, like, say, if I wanted to do organic polymer. So it goes up like 3.5%. So now I can, instead of harvesting at 100%, I'm now harvesting at 107%. Doesn't really sound like a lot, but if you get one and then you say you put 20 or 30 levels on it, it actually does stack pretty well. But yeah, this guy's a neat tame. They're really good for, I mean, just like I said, if you can find one right off the bat, These guys are just phenomenal. You'll actually have a tame that you can ride like right off the bat. And if you get into a bush like this and you jump off, they'll actually harvest the stuff that are around them. I don't know what he's doing. I think he's got brainworms. I guess he finally got it. Took him a little bit. Okay. But yeah, that's just kind of the other thing I wanted to show you. These, you know, how good these guys actually are early game. I mean, I know I played probably until I was like level 30 or 40 before I even realized that these guys, that you could ride these guys and do some of the stuff that you can do with them. So we'll go over here. They swim a little slow. But yeah, we'll go over here and take him back up to the camp where we've got the garden. And then we'll probably end this video there. Man, he just creeps when he's swimming, doesn't he? Oh, he's out of stand, that's why. So if you were to get one of these guys before you decided to start taming the Phioma, these guys could do all your harvesting for you. So harvest all your stem berries and stuff like that. I don't think I'm gonna make it up there. This guy is like has no stand whatsoever. So anyway, guys, I think we're gonna end the game there. But if you like the video, give me a like. If you find it informative, go ahead and subscribe. And I guess I'll see y'all on the next one. Have a good evening.